There are moments in life that shift the very air around you. You begin to see differently, feel more deeply, walk with a strange sense of purpose, even in the middle of pain. You can't explain it fully, but something in your soul knows. This is not ordinary. This is sacred. There are moments in life when everything feels heavy. The world seems to press against your chest. Doors you thought were meant for you suddenly close. People you trusted walk away. And deep inside, you begin to wonder, is this a punishment? But what if it's not? What if it's a sign that Allah has chosen you, not for comfort, but for closeness? The path to Allah is not paved in ease. It is forged through the fire of trials. The closer you walk toward Him, the more He strips away from you, not to break you, but to rebuild you. Every hardship is a chisel. Every loss is a mirror. Every rejection is a redirection towards something holier, something weightier in the sight of the most merciful. This is not weakness. This is the divine refining the soul. The ones who are destined for the light must first learn to survive the night. The pain you carry is not without purpose. The tears you cry are not forgotten in the silence. Allah sees. Allah knows. And perhaps it is because He sees the purity in you that He has chosen to cleanse you, to make your soul a vessel worthy of holding His light. The Qur'an whispers to the weary, do the people think that they will be left to say, we believe, and they will not be tested? Surah Al-Ankabut 29:2. This journey is not for the faint-hearted. It is for those who dare to lose the world to gain the eternal. For those who are willing to let go of what they thought life should be, and instead surrender to what Allah knows it must be. So if you're tired, if you're breaking, if you're walking a path that no one seems to understand, remember this: you're not being punished. You're being purified. Your soul is in motion, moving toward the one who called it. Endure, beloved soul. The path may be narrow, but its end is wide with the mercy of Allah. It starts slowly. Friends become distant. Conversations feel hollow. Crowds grow noisy, yet your heart remains quiet. You walk among many, but feel seen by none. It's not a coincidence. It's not abandonment. It's Allah placing your soul into a sacred solitude. When Allah wants to teach you, He removes the noise. You used to crave people, their laughter, their approval, their company. But now, they begin to slip away, one by one, not because you're unworthy, but because your soul is being taught to drink from a deeper well, a well that only opens when silence becomes your teacher and Allah becomes your companion. The isolation hurts. Yes. You question your worth. You wonder why you're not invited, why you're not called, why your phone is still silent. But something else is happening behind the scenes. Your spirit is being purified of dependence. You're being taught that peace is not found in people. It's found in presence, His presence. There is a mercy hidden in your loneliness. The Qur'an brings us into this sacred secret. And remember your Lord within yourself, humbly and with fear, without raising your voice, in the mornings and in the evenings, and do not be among the heedless. Surah Al-A'raf 7:205. This is where He meets you, in your room where no one knocks, in the early hours when the world is asleep, in the stillness of your breath, when you realize that nothing in creation can fill the emptiness in your chest but the Creator Himself. It's not punishment, it's protection. He is protecting you from shallow connections, from distractions that dilute your soul, from attachments that pull you away from Him. He wants you alone so you can finally hear Him. So if you find yourself walking alone, don't rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. Listen to it. Because hidden inside it is a voice that has been calling you all along, not through the mouths of others, but directly into your heart. You were never truly alone. You were simply being drawn closer. There comes a time when your soul starts reacting before your mind even speaks. You scroll past a video, and something in you recoils. You enter a room, and your chest tightens. You hear a joke, once harmless to your ears, Now it unsettles your heart. This isn't guilt, it's awakening. When Allah wants to protect a soul, He makes it sensitive. You begin to notice things you once ignored. The music doesn't sit the same. The gossip you once laughed at now feels like poison in your ears. The images, the distractions, the idle talk, they no longer entertain you, they disturb you, because your soul is no longer asleep. This is a gift. The world may call it overthinking. They'll say, you're too strict, too sensitive, too serious. But in reality, your soul is being washed from the inside, and what once seemed harmless now becomes a threat to your light. Your fitrah, your original, pure self, is surfacing again, and with it comes discomfort toward anything false. The Qur'an reveals this purification with piercing clarity. Indeed, those who fear Allah, when an impulse touches them from Satan, they remember Him, and at once they have insight. Surah Al-Araf 7:201. That insight is the soul's compass. It is your built-in alarm, and when Allah sharpens it, you begin to see beyond appearances. You can sense falseness in words, insincerity in smiles, hidden arrogance behind religious talk. The world is no longer what it seems. And your heart begins to crave truth, not just in actions, but in speech, in company, in intentions. You don't fit in the same circles. You can't sit in places that used to excite you. And you're no longer at peace with sin dressed as fun. That isn't you losing joy. That's you finding it. Because joy for the believer isn't in indulgence, it's in obedience. Let the world misunderstand your change. Let them call you extreme. Because while they're chasing comfort, your soul is chasing clarity. You're not becoming too much. You're becoming sincere. And sincerity never settles where falsehood lives. You're not becoming cold, you're becoming clean. There's a shift inside you. One day, without warning, the noise loses its pull. The gatherings, the chatter, the endless scrolling, they no longer feed you. You start seeking something different, something deeper, and then it begins. The yearning for solitude, not loneliness, not sadness, but a gentle calling to be alone, with Allah. You find your heart pulling you to quiet corners. Your eyes soften in prayer. Your tears return in sujood. While the world spins in noise, you crave the sound of the Qur'an echoing through an empty room. The weight of your forehead resting on the earth, the stillness of breath when you're alone with the one who knows your entire story. You're not escaping the world, you're returning to your origin. Because the soul, when awakened, remembers where it came from. It remembers the silence of the womb, the stillness of the grave, and the serenity of standing before Allah. And slowly, the distractions of life lose their shine. You begin to rise before the dawn, not out of obligation, but desire. You linger in prayer, not for ritual, but for refuge. This is not isolation, this is intimacy. The Qur'an captures this sacred pull toward devotion, and those who spend part of the night to their Lord prostrating and standing in prayer. Surah Al-Furqan 25:64. You start speaking to Him more than anyone else. The urge to check your phone is replaced by the urge to raise your hands. The late-night show becomes the late-night dua. And in the space between one sajda and the next, your soul finds what the world could never offer: peace. Others may not understand. They might say you've changed, that you've become distant, withdrawn. But what they don't see is that you've become closer to the one who never left. And in that sacred distance you discover the nearness of Allah. He is the companion of the broken, the listener of the silent, the beloved of the one who retreats, not to escape people, but to meet Him. And once you've tasted that stillness, nothing in the world can replace it. Not company, not comfort, not even sleep. Just you and your Lord. There comes a moment, subtle, sacred, when the dhikr of Allah no longer passes your lips like wind. It sinks, it lands, and it breaks something open inside you. You say, Subhanallah, and your chest tightens. You whisper, Ya Rab, and your eyes well with tears. You don't know where it came from. You're not even sure what you're crying for. But something in you has awakened, something ancient, something eternal. This is not emotion. This is recognition. Your soul is remembering its beloved. You can't explain it. You could be sitting alone, speaking his name in the stillness of a car, or hearing a verse recited in the middle of a crowd. And suddenly, tears. Not from sadness, but from connection, from longing, from being pulled into something far bigger than this world. And in that moment, you realize your heart is alive. It took pain to get here, loss, silence, isolation, struggle, but all of it softened you, cracked your shell. And now the light of dhikr, the remembrance of the Most High, touches a place inside you that was always meant to respond. This is not weakness, it is the soul's strength. The Qur'an describes this moment with divine beauty. Allah has sent down the best statement, a consistent book wherein is reiteration. The skins shiver therefrom of those who fear their Lord. Then their skins and their hearts relax at the remembrance of Allah. Surah Az-Zumar 39:23. You're not just reading verses. You're being read by them. They speak to wounds you never told anyone about. They call out to the versions of you that were buried under years of sin and silence. And somehow, Tiyab, the remembrance of Allah reaches deeper than any comfort ever could. It's not the voice that trembles. It's the soul, the one that was once hardened by distraction, that numbed itself with dunya, that forgot who it belonged to. But now, through dhikr, it remembers. And in that remembrance, there is healing, there is presence, there is a return. So when the tears fall, don't wipe them away too quickly. Let them witness your turning. Let them be the rivers that clean your heart. Because not every tear is sorrow. Some are the soul whispering, I've come home. If you've seen yourself in these signs, even a little, know that this is not coincidence. It's an invitation, an opening, a proof that your soul is not forgotten. Allah has placed something sacred within you. Protect it, feed it, let it grow. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be sincere. The path is long. There will be falls, but the one who remembers always rises. And now I leave you with a prayer. O Allah, make our souls a vessel for your light, our hearts a path to your closeness, and our deeds a reason for your pleasure. Strengthen us with a spirit from you. Give us life through your guidance, and never deprive us of your company in this world or from meeting you in the hereafter.